Hello, everybody. Sorry that's so late. Those of you who were waiting for me to go earlier had some stuff to deal with, and plus, I was waiting and hoping maybe the market will start doing something. I was maybe hoping somebody would poke it with a stick and would actually do something. Market, come on, do something. We might actually be able to see a little bit more interesting price action when in the following hour. It does appear to be that we might be building up towards some sort of power hour, if you want to call it, being a little bit more negative, but we'll see exactly what it is that the market is showing. At the moment, we haven't really done anything. We pretty much went flat all day. As we know, we completed the gap, and now we're just kind of sitting on top of it. The very ceiling of the gap is now the floor. As you can see, that is it exactly. Those who have been around here have seen it before, that sort of exact phenomena. Here it is. Let me try and get it right. Now you can see it sits almost perfectly there on both ends, right here, right here. That was obviously the very same force right here. So right, that's the top of that gap, I think, if you want to know. I hope everybody's doing well. Good to see you. Hello, everybody. Hello. From Mr. Awesome to Mircha, Philip, Blackberry, Johnny, Mircha again, Christoph, Leonard, and Casey. Hello to all of you, and hello to everybody who will watch later. Hello to everyone who's there in the background and cannot say hello to you too. And let's get into this, I guess. There's not much to talk about before we look at the actual analysis. I mean, on the short range, it doesn't look all that phenomenal nor that interesting. We know 1 minute. We're probably going to be moving alongside this current channel we're moving in. We don't see anything too exceptional. We're at the bottom, moving with some upwards momentum. So pretty regular, pretty normal, as we're having several supports and resistance levels right here, getting potential entanglement as we go, giving this area a little bit more just kind of this chunky feeling, if you will. Basically, as if we get stuck by two very narrow forces, but you can kind of see them. That's the 1 minute. So it is what it is, right? 5 minutes, well, that's where things get a little bit more interesting. We're actually sitting right here on the median. Pardon me, as you can see, and the momentum that is building up on one hand, it is more bearish, right? Because it's oversold. But then again, it's bullish, as we like to kind of make fun. That means it's negative, but with a bit of a relief rally right here on the bottom. You can see it. Basically, we're going bullish. But let's try to figure out how temporary or not this is. Given that we're already sitting on median, what is the most likely scenarios for us to move upwards, at least start moving, correcting upwards a little bit, potentially towards that resistance. Whether we'll be able to conquer it, I actually highly doubt it. That's more so the momentum we saw in the 1 minute, giving us probably the potential, the ceiling of that very narrow channel. That's what it shows, if anything. Remember, it's all within some form of context. Here, on the other hand, we're having a lot more negative momentum, which this, by the way, in essence, pretty much says the opposite. What this says about the 5 minutes in turn is that it's far more likely that even if we're going to have some movement right here to the upside, we're actually far more likely to go down, because even if we can spare 5, 3, 4 candlesticks of 5 minutes to go upside, if we have 4 of them, or even just 2 of them, or even just one proper to the downside of 30 minutes, that basically negates all the effect that 5 minutes just showed us. You understand? So the bigger the time frame, as long as it's not too long, it's going to sort of spill over and affect what we're seeing on a shorter time frame. So it really means that we're far more likely to correct to that bottom line, to, I would argue, where the support, where that gap closed, which actually we can see kind of slightly lower, but I'll argue there's some other force that was here. So basically, we almost might as well say we had here a dual thing, this sort of sort. So not so surprising. We can see these were not able to penetrate that. Kind of the same level, just a very narrow one. And so 45 minutes, in essence, what it shows that we're far more likely to go downwards than upwards, really. And let's see how that sort of looks like on the 45 minutes. Remember, we said the 45 minutes is a very good midpoint, of course, between the 30 minutes and the 1 hour. So it kind of lets us know which one is more indicative or correct in the way. Both are correct. but more readable in that sense that we truly understand what the trend is implying, whether it's going to go down or up. And as we're seeing here, right here, we're already overbought, kind of the opposite of what we saw in the 5 minutes. So we're bullish, right? That means, again, where we're in overbought conditions, but then again, we're already starting to slow down. In fact, you can see the difference between these candlesticks to these candlesticks, right? Which I would argue, based upon how this looks, we might still drag it out just a fraction, a little bit more. In fact, that appears to be like we really are struggling and might get stuck somewhere in the middle right here, even halfway, if you will, inside this channel. If separating it in two pieces is going to be basically this median, wink wink, those who know. The ceiling would be 6084, so again, roughly that 100. It's not going to be all that surprising, kind of giving us a degree of downwards pressure. 1 hour really becomes really interesting and very important. And yeah, we're kind of seeing the very same narrative we saw with the 45 minutes, not all that different for the 30 minutes. Basically, what we're seeing is that we're bullish, right? But we're starting to turn around, where our bullish momentum is pretty much running out. Imagine this not just as being your fuel to the upside, but they have two types of fuels, and fuels for your reverse action. And so anytime we run out of forward fuel, what happens is that we're left with a reverse fuel, and then we just inevitably sort of kicks in. And right here, we're already starting to see this sort of that very effect. But the question becomes whether this, what is the bigger picture? Hello, Bad Wars gang. So, but more so, I would highlight that we are conveniently are right here a millimeter from the median, so it's not going to be all that surprising if what we're seeing is actually the retest of that very same median that we're aware of, and then potentially, well, we'll figure it out, right? But let's see, because we technically can see what the larger time frame tells us, and so identify with the potential move. Here, for example, the way it appears to be is a lot more bullish, but remember, below the 50 is bearish. So this movement just to 50, and the way it starts to kind of imply convergence, that's why we don't like such narrow pathways, because they can easily get locked in. And you can see once you zoom in, it appears to be that it does have a bit of a degree that's starting to kind of fold in on itself, rather than to be very, very bullish to the upside. Why is that? Because that's all that bearish momentum we saw printing on all the other time frames. It's coming through, and you can kind of see the behavior and the price and according price action on larger time frame. My bad. What I wanted to highlight here is that you can again notice the difference between the candlesticks. Very rapid, slowing down. Okay, so it does appear to be that we still will retest that 6100, at least based upon this, but it still does appear to be pretty much the ceiling. Hello, Dennis. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. And here is the big highlight. The daily is very bearish now. It penetrated 50 range, and so it's bearish on bearish. Again, minus on minus, giving us the current location where we're at. We're in fact maybe, if we're really, really lucky in having all that bullish momentum print before that bearish momentum starts to sip through. Of course, we'll see it appear on the smaller edges as well, on the shorter edges as well. But then again, what it appears to be that the best case scenario, we will end up retesting this median that is roughly resides at 6084, or in other words, 6100. The very same thing. So you can almost see how we went here, and we're gradually starting to deform downwards. And although the ceilings are dropping, it's not going to be all that surprising if we're going to end up retesting this before we have a final drop, once penetrating the into oversold, penetrating the 20 and becoming truly bearish, giving us a continuation to 59, right? But that's only on the daily, so that's just also relatively range bound. Hello, Aqua. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. And in fact, exactly what I was trying to explain right now on the daily becomes, you can see, a lot more visible right here on the weekly, which almost kind of coordinates very neatly with the 4 hours. You can see how this is more of an advanced version of this, right? You can see this is already folding in on itself right below the 50 range, giving us a potential continuation of deterioration of the momentum. And so subsequently 58, 54. We already spoke about this bottom channel. We know it came into play many times as the price action was going since pretty much 2023. This is a very prolonged channel, and it's not all that surprising that we're starting to see the deterioration and breakdown out of it. Let me just log this. I'm not going to move it by accident. Yeah, I'll move all the trash. Remove all the trash, just so I'm going to have some more of a cleaner screen. In other words, what we are seeing, and in fact it becomes a little bit more visible right here on the screen right now. As you can see, the trend was up and now it's starting to curve down. You can see, oh, well, flat. The curve is flattening. Dennis, what's up? I'm sorry, I was not able to read your message before you deleted it. I don't believe you were saying anything rude. So, I mean, as long as it's not rude, if it has typos, bro, I have a ton of typos. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm basically a moron when it comes to writing stuff, and I have to spell check my spelling all the freaking time. So don't worry about it. Now, again, the very same thing I was just saying. We're seeing that flagpole showing up, right? We're slowly seeing deterioration and slowdown of momentum, unable to retest that high, and slowly starting to curve down. Slowly but surely, we're starting to see what it is that we saw in the smaller time frames, and it appears to be far more indicative right here at 8209. We're just millimeter, centimeter, inch away from penetrating 80, becoming a lot more bearish. On the framework of the monthly, that means a lot. That means basically an entire month, in essence, is bringing you a lot more bearish momentum. And guess what? Bearish momentum on a monthly scale is something we're going to feel on a daily basis. Even if we're going to have an average of 2 positive days for every 8 days, believe it or not, we can do a lot more damage in 8 days than we can do in 2, right? You know, an average of. Remember, trading week is only 5 days as well, so let's not forget that. So a nothing burger, a really dead nothing burger today. I hate to say it, but that's how the market behaves before we slow down, right? I mean, think about it. The curve, instead of going steep and there's a lot of volatility and the market is going bananas and everybody's excited, it just kind of goes sideways, right, before slowing down and breaking to the other end. By the way, a huge shout out to all my members, if I have any, and people here who have friends and family in the area of Greece and the Mediterranean, especially in the location of the islands. These guys had a rough night, guys and girls. Sorry, again, not discriminating. They had a really rough night with over, I don't remember, like 300 earthquakes, something insane like that. So shout out to all of them, and I hope they're doing well and they're safe. You guys, I hope you're all safe and far away from all the craziness that's going on around the islands and the volcanoes and stuff. And so be safe, stay away from that. And yeah, I can just hope. I'm not much of a praying guy, so I can just hope and send you my best regards, wishes, and hope everything will pan out on the best side of things. Naruto here. You're great. Okay, that's pretty much right. Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate it. What happened? What happened? What do you mean? Greece, yeah, look it up. They had a crazy amount of earthquakes. Something insane. Yes, like 300 plus. Just insane. Evacuations and all. Yep, Aqua. Correct. Yep. And those are just like not, your... I mean, the thing is, the number doesn't really represent how you feel it. For example, in Israel, 4 point something is not a big deal, but then 5 something is a lot more serious. In some places, 4.7, 5, 8, all of that region above the 5 is pretty serious. And really depends on the infrastructure, on the locale, on a lot of things. And so, yeah. Hello, Mamba. Hello. What's up? And so, yeah, they really had a rough day, night. They're still having reverberations and stuff, though. So pretty insane. And there's that crazy number 3. Yeah, crazy number 3. It's everywhere. Anyway, yeah, with that being said, Not much to say today, boys and girls. The price action is rather tame. I mean, you probably saw it all over the market. We can do Mamba. No, 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 no. You don't do that like that. You don't just bombard me like five tickers. No, no, no. One by one, let everybody, slow down, slow down, slow down. Plug, Leonard. I'm gonna start with plug since it's right up my alley. But we kind of spoke about it. We're all, I mean, you do you, right? Not financial advice, but as you can tell, 188 poses a very strong support, right? We've been doing it since forever, right? You can see, right? And yeah, we're kind of, I mean, I'm personally buying, accumulating at 188, 180, 170, whatever, all of that region, as you can see, because there could be slippage, right? Slippage is a normal thing. It does happen. Sometimes it's a little bit more painful than others. I don't cry on these days. I instead try to benefit on these, right? To pick up as much as I can. But that's me. You do you. Plug right now basically has a lot of time still to endure going flat. It has arguably easily months in advance of flatness before we really see that momentum really sip through, because we know that there's time there. We have a lot of time still. So yeah, 188 is our region. That's where we accumulate. And again, you do you, to each their own. I just know that me and some of my viewers do that as well. So as you can see, it's a very, very long enduring process that we've been on. You can see it all right here, right? That's that 188. And that's it. That's kind of that's what I can tell you about that. And so there's time. There's still a lot of time for plug. So no rush, no rush. What is the point if plug is going to be flat for a while? Think. Then what is the point? To each their own. I mean, that's what I have the ability here to accumulate, and when it does has these explosions, I'm gonna have a very, very good substantial amount at a very low price. Again, to each their own. That's what I'm saying. That's my point of view. That's how I manage your portfolio. So you see, I cannot tell you why that makes sense to me, because it just does, if you will. I mean, it depends on your angle and approach and point of view, but to me it totally makes sense to accumulate something at a very, very low price, taking my time, not having a rush anywhere. And when it will explode, I will of course be around for it. And as we can see, it's gonna be it's not that far off. Does that mean it's going to happen tomorrow, or do I know exactly when it will happen? No, we don't do that. We don't do when. We do where, and even that we remeasure, retest, and that allows us to make certain decisions. And as you can see, of course, I haven't made a mistake with the 188. And some of our members, had made 40, 60%, to each their own, depending on your risk tolerance, how much you put in, and all that. And so, yeah, to me, that totally makes sense. But again, maybe your portfolio management approach is different, and so to you, it won't make sense. That's why we don't tell people what to do here. We're just analyzing the assets, and then you make a decision based upon what suits your risk profile, what your liquidity, time frame, all of the above, and then some. So yeah, I hope I was able to answer that question. So plug still has a plenty of time, although again, I wouldn't try to time it, as we don't do that. Even though we can roughly give a rough estimate, it doesn't mean things will have to pan out this way and might get prolonged. And so that's why I don't do options. I just simply buy and wait. I just buy the right assets at the right time. It's all pretty simple. It's like, like a farmer planting the right sort of crop at the right time and then having the right yield at the right time, right? Makes sense. I hope I was able to help with that one. Now, Mamba, we're back to you, Mamba. Okay, so you said, Tem, Avgo paid me very nice today. Thank you. Oh, and ANET. Okay, since you were patient and nice, as of Avgo. What? So Mircha, you want Avgo too? Let's go Avgo then. It appears to be that people here want Avgo, so we're gonna do Avgo first, okay? Avgo. Avgo. Let's do Avgo. Avgo says to us that it's definitely moving into, it moved, not moving in, it's now confirming that it has moved into this channel. And so we are not surprisingly so running out of momentum as we're matching the top of the channel and nearing the gap, which I believe will get closed. This is so close to for comfort, and you probably still have more bullish momentum here to be, yeah, absolutely. There you go. That bullish momentum will absolutely easily allow you to match and close that gap before things get really unpleasant for it and it turns around. As you can see, the wider channel, larger time frame matches perfectly right here. You see that yellow thing matches perfectly the gap. So damn, you're going to close that gap, baby. And if you're going to be doing stuff with that, that is cool. That is real cool. But I'm pretty sure you're going to be closing that thing sometime soon. In fact, yeah, you still have enough momentum on all fronts. I wouldn't be too worried about it. I'll just simply wait, put some alerts, and, you know, stop losses, take profits, all that cool stuff. Not too range bound, right? Not too close, because then you're going to get strudeled, if you will. But you get the idea. You get the idea. Mamba, by the way, I'm glad. I mean, you're consistently making money here, so I absolutely love to hear how you're doing, and I'm really, really glad to hear you're doing well. I'm totally excited every time I see you pop up. So, you know, I'm really happy for the results. Just keep it up. Just keep it up. Just play the safer things. We're talking about this one, obviously, right? Right. Let's check out your TEM. Another word for moat, by the way, those who don't know. 70, basically. I mean, 69 is not that's a 70, obviously. So this is not cool either for you. You're, again, very similar circumstance. But the question is, here you don't really have anything to close, but you still have that bullish momentum. So it's not all that surprising, which, if I'm seeing this right, I'm not going to be all that surprised if the market will try to match previous highs, roughly about 78 area. So just call it 80, right? Just call it 80, call it 80. That should be something more like that. And why am I using yellow? Yellow. Coordinates. I'm being moronic. Brain got short circuit. Okay. Yeah, but that's weird. That's weird. I didn't really do that before, so can't really match and do that. I would be very attentive at 70 and follow it up whether it can actually do 80, but and it can. I mean, looking at this momentum, the way it appears to be, I'm not gonna be surprised. Yeah, you're overbought right here, which is not all that great for you, but there you go. You have plenty of bullish momentum. So 80, as crazy as it may sound, I mean, yeah. 80. Easy. You're still bullish on this thing. Yeah. You're not going to have any data. What the hell am I doing? Of course, I'm not going to have any data. Stupid me. But yeah, TEM looks nice. Mamba, you have stuff to do there. ANET. Let's do your ANET. ANET. I mean, you can pretty clearly probably see this, which is very unhealthy and looks very speedy and very fast. Given that you still have a gap above you, that's a bit annoying. Oversold, so bearish, double bearish right here. Week daily is bearish, monthly is becoming bearish. This is not really too indicative of your ability to close that gap above. You're at the end of the cycle, at the end of the channel, so you're still turning around. I gotcha. So you're still going to that first range of, what is that, like 100? I think, yeah, it was probably, I was trying to emphasize that you're going to 100. So Screw that. Being lazy. You're definitely going to 100. That is definitely what I see, simply because you have a lot of downwards pressure and you don't have any major supports and resistances beyond the 108 that are nearby, and this definitely will get broken. This will not hold, and so subsequently you will see 100. That is it with ANET. I mean, it wants to correct. There's nothing you can do about it. It depends on how quickly we'll do it. Of course, it will still first test and taste 108. You can see it already did that before. It likes it. So, yep. So it's definitely going to retest 108, maybe potentially retest that negative wedge a little bit, and then go down to 100. And that is X mark the spot. The spot. Not time-wise, location-wise, and process-wise, potentially, right? Just to be clear. But I don't have that problem with you, Mamba. I think you're good. Mamba, I think we covered all your stuff. I'm glad to hear. Avgo paid me very nice to them. Very happy to hear about that, as you said. What's going on with Plug? We've done that. Welcome, folks. AMD, oof, AMD. Yeah, AMD, do you guys know? I mean, look, I mean, AMD is, yep, AMD is having a hard time. But because it is having a hard time, what most don't realize is that, I mean, again, to each their own. The problem with AMD that it's a growth stock, and that is a problem. There's no dividends to be gathered here, right? So it's all about the growth. Pardon me. Now, here's the problem. Most will look at this and say, this is kind of going to be irregular. Well, first of all, you have a ton of gaps. So that's something that is very probable for the market to want to close. We're at the bottom of the channel. You're going to say, well, the market want to, it reached the bottom. We're going to be going down, up now. Now that we finalize this process, we're probably going to retest a little bit, penetrate and go up, which could actually be the scenario. I'll just highlight that AMD is already as is in oversold conditions on most medium time frames. Market will affect it when the market breaks, and if you're attentive to the momentum, it is negative, and the actual channel on the wider time frame is completely different. And so, yeah, it's basically 70 handle in the near future. I hate to say it, but yeah, that's what we're saying, boys and girls. It is what it is. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Nvidia, well, not Nvidia. In a way, yeah. Nvidia definitely broke, and Intel definitely broke AMD. So AMD is going to Scheißer, if you will. And tariffs will make things really difficult for them. I mean, if Intel will be fine-ish, and Nvidia will suffer a lot, but AMD is definitely going to eat the poo-poo. So it's going to be not fun. Yeah. That is so... I'm just being generous. I'm just kind of giving you the near range, but damn. Damn, like 50%, bros and sisters. This is like 50%. This is gonna have some bad times coming. This is not even a dividend asset, so I can't even defend it with that. I mean, yeah. Yep. AMD ain't having a good time. Sorry. Just being objective here, you know. Let's see. Yo, Stonks Tycoon. Yo, Mircha. Why you don't show up more and talk to Stonks Tycoon live? Stonks is there every day. I raised the point to optical infrastructure as part of gender review on AI and infra. What? No, wait, no, okay. Grander. Wow, oh, thank God. Now I was like, gender? What the fuck is he talking about? Fuck's sake. Grander review. Okay, now that makes total sense. And of Avgo. Okay. Well, we covered Avgo, so you know. Can you look at GDX? Yes, we can do GDX. Is that the miner you were talking about? We can do a surface level and then do a deep dive with you later, as I promised. So, of course, we can do that. Yep. I had a feeling. I think much on time, so can join. Do Mongodub, Mongodub. BMDB. Okay, I'll try. I'll try for you. I'll try. Well, what's the point if you're not here, you banana? Show up on Discord. I'll do anything and everything for you with you. You know that. Damn it. Students of mine, I have 2 spots. These 2 spots are the only 2 spots that will be given out other than to the old school members on the Discord at the old price. And hurry up, because once these 2 spots are closed or within the end of the month, whatever will come first, which I believe the spots will be taken, the academy will be locked for a little bit. I have some ideas and things that are being right now in the oven. We'll see, maybe things will change, readjust, we don't know, but for now, heads up. 2 final spots in the one-on-one academy in which I teach technical analysis. I hope my students here can do me a huge solid one and say their opinion. I'm not going to say vouch, but rather say their opinion in the chat real quick. So we're going to have some, point of view from the students, so people will have, an opinion that is not biased, that they know is not biased. And so, yeah, I have these 2 final spots. My community members, my Discord members, the founders badge holders rather will always have the old price. You guys, one of the benefits of being the founder members, you will always have the old price. Whether you decide to start learning within a year from now, doesn't matter. Even if the price is going to be $1 gajillion, you still guys go for the old price no matter what. And yes, no one can get their hands on a founder's badge anymore. That was given only to the founding members, so it is what it is. But of course, yeah, I mean, you guys know I'll try to make it as convenient to everybody, and we'll give in the hangouts, you can talk to me, and I'll try to see if I see a lot of people are looking for the academy, I'll maybe do discounts. We'll see. But again, there's like a whole new model maybe coming in. We'll see how things will change. Now, founders and bag holders. Not true. We already have plenty of profits. Why are you saying that, Stonky? Don't say that. That's not true. All right, so we were doing GDX. First of all, let's finish that and then continue to our regular ramblings. And first of all, it's a dividend stock. I already like some of the things I'm seeing about it. How often does it give? That gives once a year. Okay, that's an annual one. Okay, could be better, but decent. Okay. Right. Top channel slippage. Look, do not get too excited. This is normal, right? Channel definitely channel obedient, definitely, right? Top absolutely beyond the shadow of a doubt, which basically is the junction here. Not that surprising. That is interesting, though. That, on the other end, that goes to show that this is possible. And so, slightly higher, and that's going to be a perfect bull trap. All the bulls will be buying here thinking it's going to go bananas. Here they're going to, blow their load, and the market will go tits up. Pardon the French. Giving us a perfect bull trap. But you still have plenty of time until then, because that's like 45 area-ish. 45, 46 maybe, even. Looks bullish to me. And overturning right here, confirmed. Okay, cool, yeah. less relevant, but in the long run upside. So yeah, that's not surprising with the gold miner. And so yeah, you're definitely, well, again, we'll see. First of all, let's see how you do make it around this thing, which is basically, you can see the very same ceiling, support, resistance, all the very forces resides at 40.98. Screw that, call it 40. Probably, although maybe 41 in that range. Nah, that's a 40. That's definitely a 40. 40. So 40 and 45. And that is all the, fives and tens and all that still. So yeah, be attentive to your fives and round numbers of 10 increment. Increment of 10. Ready, put two runner left. Okay, boom, done. Okay, work hard, never quit. It will pay. Absolutely, absolutely, Mamba. Now that is the attitude. That is the attitude. You goddamn killer. That's what I like to hear. I'm looking for 70. Okay. I mean, remember, we don't, I mean, you time, I don't time, but okay. Johnny, let's see what you cooked for us today. Johnny tends to bring some crazy stuff to the table. Let's do what Johnny asked for. Johnny upside already, I can see. That's already interesting. You have some interesting upside here. It wants to break that channel on the daily. That is interesting. That is positive for you. Definitely want to do that. Be warned about your median. Oh, definitely wants to do that. It's starting to curve down, but this is suspicious. I don't like. But yeah, it wants up. It really does want up. Is it market related? It's market. The only problem with it is it's market related, and the market will take a dump. That will take a dump with it, right? It might have a bit of a parachute depending on conditions and what the narrative and the story is. But currently, definitely. Oh, here it is. It did me a huge solid one. It finally appeared and it wants to work. There you go. You see, that's where it wants to go. See? You see how we knew from the other time frame? You see how perfectly it works? So yeah, that's where you want to go. 2,300 handle. Okay? That's kind of where the market is going to take you. Obviously close that gap. So yeah, cool. I mean, you do have some, it's not going to be all straightforward. It's probably going to be noisy, but you definitely want to be going here right now. Problem is that it's market related, and if the market will take a dump, you'll take a dump with it. Okay. Yep. And I also don't like how they still not paying dividends, which that means you're not going to get dividends in forever still. Yep. You're not going to get dividends in a long time. So don't buy this for the dividends, because you ain't going to get any. Alrighty, Johnny, as always, bringing some interesting stuff to the table. Break of 70, stop under 66. That is which one was that? Which one was that, Mamba? I'm confused. I've run through so many of your assets. But yeah, I think one of them were okay. Let's do crowd. We're gonna do crowd now. Okay. MD advanced money destroyers. Yeah, right. We had other ones. Also money destroyers. The kind of narrative. So CRWD crowd strike. Let's do crowd 4. Yeah. Marks the spot. X marked the spot. Okay, so where we're saying, so looks like I got this wrong. Looks like the expectation was that the market will break down. Looks like I got this wrong. Why did I get this wrong? Well, because the market keeps on rallying. Really? Yeah, no, it's stabilized. Unless it was related with something else and I'm a moron. But I would say that CrowdStrike looks very bullish. I mean, I guess the question was whether, I guess the idea was that if the market starts breaking, early X marks the spot, which we're gonna get there anyways. But right now it's still bullish. As long as the market is permissive and will allow you to keep on running forward with CrowdStrike, it will. In fact, your ceiling on it right now is 471 ish handle area. Don't forget you're gonna have to stumble upon 450 psychological. 450, and then you're gonna have that sort of area. So 450 to 470. All CrowdStrike holders, that's the way I see this. Looks a lot more bullish than it is bearish. That's the fact of the matter. And it appears to be having just the right amount of momentum necessary for it. The real question is whether the market will start breaking prior to it completing this, yes or no. That's pretty much the only question in mind right now. 1 minute, looks bullish. 38, whatever we're doing, that's bearish. So bottom, okay, gotcha, nothing much. Where? We did that. We did, what did we do? Crowd, we said. MD, right? I see him, yes, yes. MDB, I don't understand. So we want to look at this. Once I'm into miners now. Oh, those are the other ones. I'm now into miners. Okay, yeah, right. Do your best. Okay, MDB. MDB. Mungdub. 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 Well, Mungdub, right away without even trying, which I hope you were able to identify that yourself, Mircha, because you should have been able to. Somewhere like that. And so now it's basically on top of it. Now, I mean, it was doing this. Now it's doing this, but inside of the framework of this. So that is actually positive. So it wants to go up like so. It definitely wants to do that. This does not mean anything about this. And this is not good for you. This is actually a retracement back to that 256. And that is an upside of 409 easy, at least maybe median. That means you're going to have diagonal crossing through parallel like that in the middle-ish, kind of like that. Sorry for my inability to draw perfectly. That is that. Downwards, not good for you. Triangle. Okay, now we see it. Okay, now we understand what the market wants to do with you. Even if you do slip out, what's going on here is definitely a downwards, it's a descending channel. So basically, whether you do this or that, that's what the market wants to do with you, especially given this. But you have upside, if that helps. That helps. I mean, you can see this. You can see the wedge formation, right? I hope you can. Right? You see? What's up? Good morning, Vietnam. Num 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 num. IBKR? Okay. Okay. IBKR. IBKR. What the actual what? What? What happened there? What happened there? What happened there? Why would anybody want to invest in this piece of trash? Can anybody explain this to me? I'm confused. But beyond being confused, let's do what is objective to do about it. Where's 2020? Okay. is this? This is 18. Okay, cool. Gotcha. I think 1268 in comparison to 1268. Definitely. Lock in. Oh yeah. Whoo. Ha. That's a good one. Now. Okay, I see. You have there a level that is invisible to you, obviously. Out of 50. But within the context of that, what appears to be far more likely for you is actually, as long as the market will permit, is this. That's your bingo, boy. That's your Mr. Bingo. And that's not good, though. And when you do complete that, it might be very unpleasant for you. Yep. That's definitely going to give you some time. Convergence, divergence, breakdown. Okay. Upside. Yep. Totally 257 handle. 250 handle, to be more precise, given the where you're at now. So X marks the spot. Unless market goes tits up, as we said, that will prevent you from having that. Shut up, phone. Now, wouldn't that be nice if you could just yell at your phone, shut up, just go silent, right? Or just tell it, rather. You don't have to yell at it, you know? We can be civil to our phones. Gregory number 1 doing module 2. Thank you. You are great. Give commenter. Course are great and have made me money. You guys sound like a bunch of bots. I swear. Founders and backholders. I love you guys. I love you much. No joke. Not from the bottom of my heart, from the core of my soul, gentlemen. You are legitimately a great community. And great people to hang out with. That's why I tell everybody they should just come and hang out. I mean, we really do have a good assembly of really good people. Even those who don't get to hang out with us every day. Even those who are not perfectly great, like Stonks, you know, with his crazy alien shenanigans. Stonks, it's a trap. Stonks, it's a trap. Don't buy into it. I'm kidding. Stonks is great. Is really good member as well. Lots of fun. Alien though, like I said. Not illegal, he's legal alien. Can I hold your bags? You guys are awesome. Greg's Academy is definitely a must for anyone who wants to be serious about the market. I mean, if I could correct, it would be the market trading. It doesn't have to be trading. I mean, you and I both understand what you meant to say, but yes, it's good for everyone, investors, traders alike. It's important for everyone. If you want to drive a car, you want to have a driver's license, right? That's kind of that very same logic, very same premise. Doesn't matter whether you drive often or not. Makes sense, right? Johnny Lurila. Too bad I don't have any currently. Yes, right. Currently, Stonks is doing correct stuff. He's finally on a roll. I doubt any Apple Max. Okay, gotcha. Any more? Well, Gev, I took yesterday 350 calls, targeting all-time high. Good, G, your thoughts. Okay, let's do Gav real quick. Let's do Gav. What does Gav say? Wait, I just went. That's not good. I'm really gonna need this, I think. That was wrong of me. Then I'm gonna just, oh, screw that. Let it be. No. Then right before we went to Gav IBKR, and then I'll just switch it back to S&P. Gav, let's do it Gav here. Let's do Gav here. Will I give giver? What is this? It is Kapara giver. It is. It's weird. No, it's not that weird. Again, lots of the market is kind of pointing upwards on lots of fronts right now, because the vastness of the market cannot show you, doesn't have the average of the indices, and so it doesn't appear to be as bearish as the indices, because they don't really they don't have that average to formulate that structure, and it's only visible in very larger on larger time frames, and not very often on, not on every asset. But it still is there. It's like under the surface, boiling up everything. Yeah, you can't really see it, but it's there. And so the problem is, at first sight, it appears to be, I mean, this is bullish. Okay, this is obviously bullish and definitely wants to go back to the 400 handle. The problem is, if the market, shits the bed prior to, you will go with it. So just heads up. But this wants to go 400. I don't know about all-time high. I don't know about that, Mamba. All-time high will be problematic for that. Holding the FANG dip to 245. That's PLTR. Returns crazy, bro. Palantir. We said, guys, it's pretty much doomed. And the fact of the matter that it did the 100, it's phenomenal, but it's definitely going to close that gap shortly. In fact, I'm surprised they didn't start penetrating more heavily today. But yes, within the following days, we're definitely going to be following sessions. Rather, we're definitely going to see a closure of this gap, probably on the beginning of the week. Could be like a Monday or something, unless we have a day off, although I don't think we do. As far as I remember, we don't have anything. Alan, and the crowd goes wild. Good to see you, brother. Okay, we've done that. Here we go. You pay extra for the accent. You don't need to pay extra for the accent. The accent comes free. It's a perk, sir. It sort of helps. Oh, I guess one smack the living daylight out of the like button. Wow, useless. Thank you. Now that is true. Please do smack that like button. It really does help a lot. Helps the channel progress and grow. Which, by the way, I'm inches away from 2,000 members, which is pretty cool. Because it's been fluctuating, and let's be honest, I'm not exactly sitting on the most favorable place in that sense of my sentiment right now. It's very hot take, contradictive to a lot of what people would want to have to their portfolios, and so I do get the cold shoulder right now. And everybody forgot I was the only bull around back at the bottom, right? When everybody were bearish to all hell, I was pretty much the only bull around that actually made sense. And I mean, you had Tom Lee, but he's always bullish. That's not a trick. It's not really that all that impressive, let's be honest. I mean, yeah. Everybody's trading right now. That's true. A lot of people are trading. But then again, I say, guys, if you don't know, what Tom is trying to say, and which we cannot say out loud and people don't really understand, although he does say it oftentimes because people don't really see nuance, and that's a bit of a problem. Trading is not bad. He knows that. But only if you know what you're doing. It's like driving is not bad. Unless you don't have a driver's license, then you're a moron. That becomes a problem, right? Or diving, the parachute, skydiving without knowing how to open or use the parachute correctly. It's that very same analogous, if that makes sense, So no, not everyone, Shazan, but. A lot of people do get a lot more serious about trading, about their managing their own portfolios, taking, a toe dip in the waters of trading and learning slowly how to get better. which is the right way to go. You don't just, enter the car and kick in nitros and try to fly to the moon or something. So, can you look at VGZ? Of course, of course, of course. Not wait. How I MRCY. Yeah, I'm sorry, I almost skipped that. So let's do MRCY first. MRCY. Okay. Whoa. I mean, Leonard, you really have to ask about this. Again, gaps will get closed. Most assets close gaps, even if it takes a while, but this is so unhealthy. I'm going to be surprised if it's going to be dragged on. And yeah, that's the hint, and here it is. Yeah, because that's just too quick of an impulse. Although here you had a gap that probably didn't close ever. Yep, you had a gap that didn't close ever. This is an interesting one. But then again, it's probably getting ready for that market closure. But no, it closes things. Okay, I see. Just takes forever to do that. So the fact of the matter that it opened the gap right now means not a lot, other than one day it will get closed. Cool. Gotcha. So let's ignore it and objectively see. So more upside. It looks up. And it wants to go up. It doesn't necessarily have what it takes to make it to that 70 handle. No. For right now, I would argue that as close as you can get, and it's like if you're really lucky, come on, show up. No, that's again that 70 handle. Guys, you see, that's a very interesting phenomena in channel perfectly inside of a channel, breaking down the channel into various lanes. Yeah, that's screwy, but I would say that stop it. I would say that this is actually very screwy. This is very screwy. The market does want to correct down first, as it appears, and so that bullish momentum that you saw probably will either get you stuck within this range, the top range of the channel, right? Or at least break down and correct back up, giving you the very same range. It's either this or just very volatile this. Maybe with some slippage onto that side. So, not great. It's not so exciting. You're kind of range bound with this one, and it's not all that exciting. Let's see what the future holds for it, but I don't think it's also going to float above the rest of the market when the market takes a dump. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this will take a dump with it and will break lower to your previous lows, testing this what was ceiling will be floor, which gives you like, damn, whoa. Well, in that case, it probably has to be this one then, I guess, whatever that is. What is that? 20 handle? Yeah, you better hope and pray for like a 20 handle. And that's the really bad, unpleasant case, but don't forget you have all of these, but just kind of, yeah, I mean, sketchy. Get back to me. I mean, let's get back to this again at some point. It's pretty sketchy. Okay, we've done that. VGZ. This is on a downtrend, very distinct, very clear, but overall, right? But then again, let me see this on larger sort of framework. What the hell is this? What happened there? What is that? Is it like a split or something? What happened there? What is this? Vista Gold Corp. Deep dive. Bad words, right? I'm gonna assume bad words, right? No. What the hell? What the hell? Nah, deep dive. I don't know. It's sketchy. It's very sketchy. Deep dive. Need to figure out where they are. Why was the drop? What happened? Whether is it like natural disaster related, how fixable this is, very volatile this is, like Yoda speaking I am. It wants to go up to whatever the range will be, but damn, the range is difficult to find. it's gonna be very, very sketchy to find your range. It's gonna basically now it's range bound on that layer bottom, so that is it, obviously. Like so, ish, right? Yeah, definitely far more likely. That's sketchy. So Saskatchewan. Like Saskatchewan, you understand? You get the joke? Haha, so Saskatchewan. Okay. I don't know if I would have dealt with it, but then again, it's so cheap. I get it. I see what you're trying to pull off here. You can make like 50% on a nothing thing here. I don't know if I would be dealing with it though. I mean, your best aim and your best sort of thing to rely on is that, in fact, since the price just, I don't know how to say that out loud, but this one, the $1, $1, which you can see right there on the screen pretty neatly playing its role. You can see right there, the $1, $1. You come back, then it's not $1, it's more expensive. It is Russell Peters jokes. An amazing, phenomenal stand-up comedian, those who don't know. That's that. That is that. Me, Tarzan, Eugene. Mirch is going all out today. Damn you, legend. Indeed, Mo is perfect. Yeah, yep. Just for elder care. To join Discord, join Patreon, on patreon.com/investor. Guys, my voice is dying. Palantir Shaisa, we haven't done Palantir. No, we have done Palantir. What do you want? Palantir is doing 100 like we said, close gap down. Forget about it. Forget about it. What you want? I just come for the drawing lessons. Yep. Useless, you're a legend. You're like the Bob Ross of the community. I knew that. Referring to Bob Ross's military, past. You're like Rambo, but with an afro. Those who don't know, Bob Ross was a drill sergeant. He was, like people don't realize the contrast because he was like that calm guy and all that. He was the dude who yells at you commands and stuff and tells you that you're worthless piece of shit. That was Bob Ross before he to become a painter. I'm close. Mamba, it can do that. Stop it. I don't go that far. That's not that. You do that. I'm not, I'm not going to do that. BRKA, screw you, stonks, BRKA. Why, you're planning to buy? Oh, damn it. You planning to buy BRKA, bro? You have the money? Give me some. That is. Look. They know what they're doing. Wink, wink. Warren is basically borderline god-like entity, and I have a feeling that he went all into cash, not to sit on it for like a year or two. And some people are like, he's planning to drop dead and stuff. I'm like, you guys don't understand the person you're talking about. He doesn't care. First of all, he's gonna outlive most of us. First of all, with this cough, he's definitely gonna outlive me. That's for sure. But I got a feeling he didn't just drop out of the market to be out for like 100, 200, 300, $500, and definitely not a year or two. I have a feeling that's. Although he's probably going to be accumulating over this time, it's going to be very slow. But yeah, just saying, BRK will be fine, bro. BRK will drop with the rest of them. It's kind of inevitable. indirectly. It's people will opt out, and people will need the money, and all sorts of weird shit will happen. So profit taking, it's gonna drop to half a mil, But yeah, yep. This is just bonkers to look at. That's just fun to know that this thing exists. Tom Lee always buys any dip. Yeah, it's like not a trick with him. He was bullish during the drop. I was bearish during the drop and predicted it perfectly down to the several cents discrepancy. I know Stonks and maybe some other members remember. I've literally predicted the hell, let's say it, COVID bottom perfectly down to the freaking dollar. So show me somebody else who did it months in advance. In fact, you guys saw me do it 2 months and heard me on Tom Zoom and all that. Some of you, but I was predicting it basically all the way from the top where it's going to reside. And I ended up being, of course, as closer we got. You can ask Tom Nash, our Tom Nash. He knows. He was the first person I said and spoke about it. Even Simeon, who likes to annoy me sometimes for no good reason, also is aware of all these things as well, by the way. I will not be able to refute. I think we're going to finish up on this. No, guys, I'm done. Okay, Tesla, final one. Just Tesla. Screw that. Tesla, go down. No, but I mean, it is. I mean, we honestly now I sound like an asshole because that's. But we have said it's going to be going down. I mean, look at the chart. I was indicating in all possible ways it's going to go down if you go to the sessions. We said that. Although it does appear to be like right now it's going to try to go for some form of correction, right? So probably 395 and the range, this median right here. So this, right? Yeah. I'm not going to be surprised if that's the case. And that's it. That's it, boys and girls. I'm cooked. I need to go rest. I have a ton of things to do. Market is closed. Let's see how did we close. Let's see how did we close. We close at 661. That's where we close. Yeah, so nothing all that surprising, just slightly above the gap. Sorry for all the crap on the screen, boys and girls. Yeah, that's it. All right, good people. Join the Patreon Discord, come and hang out, and I will see you all on the Discord or in the next lives. You'll have a wonderful night. See you in the next one. Bye for now. Triple Q on a sale. That's true. I probably should be picking up some. God damn it. Thank you. Alrighty, boys and girls, I'm out.